Hi, everybody. You'll probably remember from about 2 weeks ago, I sprained my ankle. And so, over this past week, I've been forcing myself to stay positive. I'm trying really hard not to focus on the things I can't do on a skateboard. I'm really trying to find things that I can do on a skateboard. That does kind of mean taking a step back. There's a lot of things I'm not allowing myself to even try right now just to stay off the ankle. But one of the things I can work on are manuals. And I'm finding that while I'm wearing my ankle brace, doing nose manuals is a really good exercise for my ankle. It's helping me get a little strength back and use it and get a little more flexibility as well. At the beginning of this week, I did try a few things that have some pop, but they were still pretty awkward and a little scary. So midweek, I made it to Granby Skate Park, and I found something that I can do that I've never done before that's a lot of fun. I tried taking manuals to this bank. I've always thought it looks really cool when people can manual up and down a bank, and I decided, hey, maybe now is a good time to try. Nose manual is definitely a lot more scary, but it's kind of a lot more fun as well. If I can keep that balance on the nose manual, it was really fun to try. But the regular manual was really fun as well. I'm hoping one of these days I'll be able to take the regular and nose manual up and down this bank and maybe even start and stop the manual down on the flat bottom instead of just on the bank itself. And as a bonus, I found that half cab wasn't too bad of a thing that I can do with my ankle. So another thing I found that I can do with my ankle was on another bank over on the side, I could work on pivots, and especially 360 pivots, because those are actually a lot of fun just to do on a regular day anyway. And with these pivots, the only one I've ever really done in the past is to come up fakie and do a backside 360 pivot. So I decided, hey, it's time to try these in different stances and different directions. So right here, I'm trying to get another fakie pivot, but I'm trying to rotate the other direction and go front side. And I finally got a couple of clean ones of that. So then I thought the next most natural one would be nollie. I'm just rotating on the other foot. And so this is the first time I've ever done nollie pivots on a bank at all. Even these 180 versions are something new for me. So that's great. Found something new to do. And I even got a 360 in the front side direction. So then I thought, if I'm doing different stances, let's see if I can just do a traditional 180 pivot from switch. This was way harder than I thought. I don't know what it is about switch. I don't know how many times I had to try just to get a backside kick turn, a 180 pivot on this bank. It was tough. And front side really wasn't any easier. It took a lot of tries, and I don't know how clean this one really was that I eventually end up getting, but it was the one I was willing to take. And the next thing I thought I would work on is just the length of my manuals. I set a goal for myself from this crack back here where the concrete changes color to this crack. Can I take a manual all the way from one side to the other? And I did get that. I couldn't quite make it with the nose manual. And then the last session I had was at the Wheat Ridge Skate Park in the Denver area. I took manuals to this bank, but this bank is quite a bit steeper than the one from my local park. But I did get a couple regular manuals. Then this park has a really nice pyramid, and doing a manual across the top of a pyramid is always fun. But then I thought, let's go for a little bit more. Let's see if I can manual up and over. With the nose manual, I was able to lift on the up and go across the top. With regular manual there, I got for the first time a manual across the up, the top, and the down. And then I was going for an even longer one. I wanted to lift on the flat bottom and then manual through the whole thing. I never really quite got it, but I got really close a couple times. This one here was probably the best one. On the way down, I tail scrape only a little bit, but I guess I can't really quite count it if my tail touched. Then after all that manual work there, I was able to manual through this little A-frame, and then it was time to see if I could take those nose manuals nice and far again. And I wound up going into this little tiny quarter pipe. And so for the first time, I decided, you know what? I'm going to take my nose manual and I'm going to see if I can turn. So, yet another new thing. I've never tried turning and doing a manual at the same time. And it went surprisingly well. I got a couple of them that were a little bit long, and I was able to actually go the right direction and turn away from that quarter pipe. Hey everybody, I just wanted to shout out Hypothetical Skater as I end this session, because it was my first like real skate session on the sprained ankle. And I got this sweet ankle brace that Hypothetical recommended, and it's working really well because I definitely stepped out of a lot of things today, but the ankle feels good. It's tired now, but that's probably a good thing. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.